Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking an absolute masterclass on transforming your everyday, ordinary routines into captivating cinematic stories. Whether you're a small business owner trying to build a brand or a creator who just wants to romanticize daily life, the way you capture and package your world literally changes everything. So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. Finding the extraordinary. 2. Mastering your lighting. 3. Setting the sonic mood. 4. Editing and color grading. And lastly, 5. Capturing audience action. I absolutely love this thought. You don't need to live the most exciting life to have something to share with the world. It hits the nail right on the head, doesn't it? Too many people think their lives are just too boring to document. But honestly, with the right technique, even the most normal day can turn into a visual adventure that really resonates.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Finding the Extraordinary. This is all about pre-production and framing.
It's actually wild how the simplest actions can feel so incredibly intimate. You really don't need an exotic location. Making an egg white omelet with veggies, clearing your workspace to symbolize a fresh start, or just getting a shot of your feet walking through a local park. When framed intentionally, these mundane moments become the B-roll that grounds your story and truly connects with people. But when you're actually shooting those moments, you've got to remember the 10-second rule. It is a total lifesaver. Always, always let the camera roll for at least 10 seconds. Even if the action feels super quick, leaving it rolling gives you plenty of flexibility and padding for when you finally sit down to edit.
Now, if you're getting a bit more advanced, say setting up an automated sunset time-lapse from your balcony, you'll want to understand spot metering. Basically, it's a setting that evaluates exposure based on a small, specific spot right in the center of your frame. It ensures your camera exposes for that beautiful sky instead of trying to balance out a dark, muddy foreground. It's kind of like letting the camera do the heavy lifting for you.
Moving right along to Section 2, Mastering your lighting, or illuminating the ordinary. Because let's be real, good lighting doesn't just make things look professional, it makes you look better and completely sets the vibe. And no, you don't need Hollywood money for this. A simple 3-point setup works wonders. You've got your key light as the main source, your fill light to soften harsh shadows, which, by the way, can literally just be a desk lamp, and your backlight to pop you out from the background. Simple, but so effective. And hey, lighting temperature is just as crucial. It's like visually whispering to your audience before you even say a word. Want that cozy, aesthetic vlog feel? Dial it in around 3200 Kelvin. Going for more of a sharp tech review style? Bump it up past 5600 Kelvin. Okay, Section 3, Setting the sonic mood. This is all about audio selection and curation. Look, half of what your audience experiences is what they hear. So first things first, always use royalty-free music. Seriously, skip the so-called free tracks because using unvetted audio can trigger copyright claims that completely ruin your hard work. Royalty-free just means you pay to license it once and you're good to go forever.
How you use that music matters a ton too. Think of your intro music as a flashy handshake. It grabs attention and sets the tone in those first 15 seconds. But your background music? That has to be the invisible glue. You want steady energy, maybe simple acoustic or piano tracks, so it sits perfectly under your voiceover without fighting it.
Which brings us to Section 4, Editing and color grading. Let's piece this masterpiece together. If editing feels overwhelming, just lean on the IDA method. It's absolutely brilliant because it turns a random pile of clips into a real psychological journey. You grab their attention, keep their interest, build desire with those gorgeous cinematic shots, and finally, drive them toward an action. In pacing is everything here. To keep that attention you just hooked, keep it snappy. A great rule of thumb is to limit your clips to about 4 to 6 seconds max. Mix up wide angles with those tight close-ups of everyday details. It keeps the visual rhythm so much more engaging. Now, to get that dreamy aesthetic look, try this simple color grading trick. Drop your saturation and contrast to 0.95. It washes things out just a tiny bit. Then, pull down the midtones to soften the whole frame. Finally, sprinkle some warm orange-yellow tones into the shadows and highlights. It completely transforms basic digital footage into something so cozy and nostalgic. Finally, we arrive at Section 5, Capturing Audience Action. Time for those high-converting CTAs. Get this, 15%. That is a massive number. While the traditional link in bio converts at a measly 1 to 3% because, let's face it, it's a hassle, A keyword-triggered call to action sent via direct message can convert up to 15% of your audience.
So how do we hit that 15%? We use the SPARK method. It's all about being specific, making a clear promise, using an action verb, keeping it relevant, and giving them an automation-ready keyword, like guide. You're basically removing all the friction.
Think about it. Link in bio is kind of lazy marketing, right? It makes the viewers stop, go to your profile, click around, and search. But saying comment, guide, and I'll DM you the free checklist instantly, well, that acts like a 24/7 sales assistant handing them exactly what they want the second they want it. Plus, this strategy plays right into the algorithm. Asking for a follow is actually a pretty weak signal nowadays. You know what's huge right now? DM shares. So tell your audience exactly who to share it with. Saying something like, send this itinerary to a friend for your next trip, is just incredibly powerful.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. When you look at the hidden gems in your day, from making your morning coffee to catching a gorgeous sunset, what is the single most important action you want your audience to take when you share it? The choice is entirely yours. Just grab your camera and start filming.